So we're told that Cindy drove her car 290 miles, and this is rounded to the nearest 10 miles. And they also tell us that she used 12 gallons of gasoline, and this is rounded to the nearest gallons. So they want to know the actual number of miles per gallon that Cindy's car got on this trip. And so I'll start by putting a range of values for the distance she drove. So it's 290 miles, and that's the nearest 10 miles, which means that it falls between 285 and 295. Because what you're doing is, if I gave you a number like 287.3, and I said you have to round it to the nearest 10 mile, which means if you wrote the numbers in multiples of tens, 280, 290, 300, which one is this closest to? Well, it's here, 287.3. It's closest to 290. So if you look at what are the range of values that would satisfy that? Well, that distance, I'm going to call that D, has to be greater than 285 and less than 295. So it has to fall between those two numbers. Same thing for the gasoline consumption. It's nearest gallon, so it's going to fall between 11.5 and 12.5. Now, the question is actually asking about the miles per gallon. So we'll just call that the mileage. So you have to think in extremes. What's the highest possible mileage? And that would happen when you have when you can go the longest distance with the least amount of gas. So mileage has to be less than that. So it's the opposite. You're not dividing this by that because we want the mileage to maximize that. You have miles traveled over gasoline used. We're picking the highest possible value and then the least. But and the less than just says they can't be exactly these values, but slightly less than that. The other extreme, the least would be when you go the least distance and use the most gasoline. So that's 285 over 12.5. So if you look at the answer choices, this is identical to choice D.